have a clean game here, I think, if they want to go up 1-0 in this series. Cannot make mistakes. Easier said than done.
Sometimes it's mistakes, sometimes it's just big crits when you're
That's
up
true.
against the Phantom Assassin.
Like, I just worry that as soon as this PA gets BKB, they don't really have a great way of dealing with her.
Is that going to be a BKB early, though, for the Phantom Assassin? Or are we looking at... Oh, Skewer missed by FY. Is this just going to be, like, one early item into a BKB? Or are you trying to extend as long as you can before getting a BKB?
Well, we've been to build... Because he has the mag on his team, he doesn't need to build, like, any kind of Battle Fury. So what we've been usually seeing is they go for, like, a double Wraith Ban Yasha, and then they'll just rush the BKB afterwards. That's what I saw the Chinese teams do at the Major, so... I assume it's going to be the same again here.
Just have that Empower and skip the Battle Fury. Sometimes I've been seeing Battle Fury Deso, but obviously it's a different situation here when you've got the Empower and you're not building that Battle Fury beforehand.
Chalice is
around the map,
having to lane down here by himself. He's kind of just waiting to devour a creep in the jungle. It was like he can't really live up against this Vedo, so it's difficult for him to get anything done.
Early. This Venomancer hasn't taken anything just yet. A lot of different directions you can kind of go with the Venomancer. Especially if... sometimes I've been seeing tri-lanes with the Venomancer. Right now, Wasey is just dragging a creep wave, but you see a Venomancer, 2 supports, especially 2 that can give you a stun, and a magic missile, a splitter, throw a Venomous Gale out. You could really see that be so detrimental to the life of Chalice.
Wakesy made a really nice pep in this top lane, by the way. I don't know if you saw, he blocked the body blocked the small camp while he was pulling the wave back. So he's obviously taking it all the way back behind his own tower, just to upset the lane equilibrium. It just stops FY on this Magnus from pulling the small camp, just getting free XP and gold. You know, a lot of people have talked before about how this Magnus is such a greedy support. If you can freely get these pulls off when you're a safe lane as the Magnus, it feels so good. So you'll see a lot of teams obviously trying to put pressure on him later on in the running stage. Make sure he doesn't have a good start.
Chalice is in trouble here bottom. He got hit by the Venomous Gale, and now the Magic Missile came out. He was regenerating relatively well when he had the Scorched Earth running, but the Venomous Gale off cooldown, thrown back at Chalice, and this should be first blood for Newbee. Moogie gets it.
I thought Sunshine was going to try and steal the kill there. Fortunately, he didn't. Oh, top lane as well. They're going on X-Nova.
X-Nova, he's getting low and just slapped down by Alwyn. They bring over FY, but it's not going to keep him alive. A good skewer there on Wasey. The Split Earth misses, and one more shot from FY to get at least one in return.
That's a huge kill as well up in the up onto the X-Nova in the top lane, because this is 2 heroes against 3. You know, Magnus isn't really too much of a hero, but even so, especially with the Lesher only being level 1, that's for that kill to happen, you have to land a really good Split Earth. It's not like there's any setups done before.
And this is just a lot of harassment coming out from Alwyn, as well as Bushrack. He's got the Split Earth right now. He's getting close to those boots. Alwyn, he's going boots as well. He's got 1 in the Thunderclap and 1 in the Drunken Brawler. 2v3. They were able to get the kill, and I think that was also with you know, FY looking for the pull and out of the lane for a split second, because you saw him come back once X-Nova died, get the skewer, and then ultimately get the kill in return on a Wasey, but he's out here pulling and staying away. And meanwhile, bottom, they bring Wasey to go for this tomb. They throw the Magic Missile, and that's what I'm talking about. This tri-lane with Moogie, it can be really effective and open the lane quite a bit. But the second he leaves, Alwyn dies top. X-Nova gets the kill there. And that's 3 against 1, not the 3 against 2. It's much easier for LGD.
This Medusa doesn't seem to be having too good of a time in the mid lane. I think when she hits level 5, it'll become a little bit easier, but DK's basically just going to sit in this lane. Is he building a Soul Ring? Anything coming out in the courier? No. I feel like when you play against this dude, just having the Soul Ring available just for the burst mana would be really helpful, but He kind of just sits in this lane, doesn't really care if he gets snaked. He's happy just to trade clicks. You can't really harass him out of lane with the 2 points in Dragon's Blood.
Maybe pretty sustainable in this lane. He's level 5 as is SCCC. Goes 3 into the
top lane.
Snake. And take a look over at top. Being slow. It's on Alwyn. He'll run the other way. And trying to get away with enough movement speed, but the stifling dagger onto the tier 1 stroke of fatal end. One more shot coming in. And do kill Alwyn. Meanwhile, bottom, the same happens to the offlaner of LGD. Chalice falls to the tri-lane of Newbee.
I mean, it's so difficult for either offlane in this scenario, right? You kind of get like anything done at all just because of getting tri-lane. I haven't seen this personally in a while where both teams commit to a full-on tri-lane. No.
I think even bringing a second down for LGD though to help out Chalice is won't be that effective. With the multiple stuns that have the venomous scale, how do you even help out Chalice at that point?
We've mentioned that the Venomancer just basically has a free lane wherever he goes. It doesn't matter if you bring 3 heroes down to this lane, the Venomancer's still going to beat that lane. So they just need to be careful. I'd like to see Mugi max out wards now and just look to push the towers early on. He has people
looking at the moment. Maybe got themselves the magic missiles
being in
Earth, and they're able to get a kill. Wait, nice body blocks to start, but it won't be enough. Inkswell placed onto the DK. Fly tries to TP next to multiple heroes that can stop that, and they will.
To be fair, that was a decent attempt by Fly. He saw that he used stuns on the DK before, so just went for in the sense that their stuns might still be on cooldown. And as long as the DK lives there, that's the most important thing. Especially when he's popped the dragon form. You really want to be able to keep the pressure on when you pop that.
Now they're heading over top Wacy and Sensheng. This Brewmaster, if they get killed top after the Brewmaster has been killed a couple of times. Question is, who can they end up getting? And it might be X-Nova. And past the tower, all will go. He's hit with the stifling dagger. They just need the magic missile, but they can't catch it.
Yeah, they don't have a huge amount of catch, do they? Unless the Venge gets in really close. Not until they reach the level 6, at least, anyway. Good deal by Sanche.
Sentry immediately placed, taking out the Radiant Sentry.
Oh, bot lane is well going on Mugi.
Let's see if they can get him. They've got Ame down here, and yeah, that's more than enough damage. I don't know if they were expecting Ame to make the rotation towards bottom.
That's a huge TP as well. I feel like Mugi should have possibly seen that coming, though. Like, if you're imagining you're in Ame shoes on this PA, you see 3 heroes TP to your top lane. Like, well, I can't really do anything up here. I'm just going to TP bot and just play the other lane instead.
He is level 6, so he's good to grow, ready to go, and he's now about to hit level 7. This is kind of really helped out Dallas in this bottom lane. He's been struggling mightily, and Mugi just coming in. He's been dead 3 times. Now he's got an open lane for a moment. Feels pretty good. But over mid, X-Nova with the magic missile. Splitter comes through. Dragon Tail onto this Shrek. And he's got the Phantom Embrace on him, so he will end up dying. Ame makes the rotation, kills Mugi again with those crits. Oh boy, the DD doing so much. 1 dagger and I'm killed. Down goes Alwyn. We'll take out Sansheng. LGD with some great rotations to take advantage of a gank gone wrong from Newbee.
I don't really understand why Newbee are trying to take these fights before they've got their big spells online. Like, Brewmaster's just hit level 5. Venomancer's still was level 5 at the time at the start of that fight as well. Like, you're not going to be able to fight this DK in a PA that just rotates in. You don't have your spells available. I understand that they want to keep the tier 1 alive as long as possible. So they've taken the fight while the DK had his ult on, so he can't really use it to push the tower now. And when you've got this juicer in your life, it's really important you keep your mid tier 1 alive as long as possible, because it opens up so much of the map, especially towards the ancient camp and whatnot, the dire side. But that felt like that was a lot to give away.
Look at the net worth. Venom Assassin leading the way so far. Or, well, as I say that, goes behind the DK for a moment. Regain it soon, but going Yasha first. We'll see what that turns into. Is the Empower really helping Ame just farm at such a pace? How far he is for now. Mugi after Mugi died 2 times in a row. Been really rough so far in these 7 to 10 minute mark for Newbee. They've lost a couple of heroes. They lost their position 1 Venomancer twice. They're going to be banned on the Medusa and Gotro game.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, there's been everywhere ready for Ame, and now the Empower level 3. He could just grab the Yasha, ready to go. Farming up so well, and maybe might be able to get away like a bandit after grabbing this tier 1 mid. There's really no way that they plan on stopping him, and they threw Venomous Gale. That's great, but what else? What else are you gonna try and throw to get this kill on a maybe?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Good get Chalice. He turns back around for a moment. Venomous Gale comes in, and now Wasey looking for the Split Earth. I think he threw that a little bit too far north. But Chalice, he's still alive, and I think missing that stun will force them to pop the split, and that'll be what gets the kill now as Mugi finishes him off. Over top, Chalice ends up dying. But I think that stun from Wasey missed.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's structures are fortified.
And farming at a quick pace, and like you said, that early BKB is what's going to be next. So it's the early Yasha into a BKB. Ame farming really quickly. Magic Missile comes out onto the DK, but DK catching up with the haste. Stifling Dagger, and maybe just hitting away onto Sanshang. Ame gets the kill, grabs a bit of gold, and only accelerating the farm speed of this Phantom Assassin by grabbing that kill.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, LGD, they've been playing this really well and playing around the cooldowns. Again, without the Primal Split, does Phantom Assassin feel scared? Does Phantom Assassin feel scared with the Primal Split at the moment with what Newbee's arsenal is full of? Especially if you're by this top shrine and by a tower, you'll get your rotations. I don't think you die quickly enough.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Illusion.
Why goes down away, see? Is He's got the 141 build with the 1 in the RP, of course. Power level 4, so Phantom Assassin just getting that much stronger, farming it that much quicker of a pace. 1,300 gold saved up, just 1,000 gold away from getting this BKB.
This should make my life easier.
We see it.
Dire's middle tower is under
Almost got
attack.
a Rod of Atos. That'll be nice.
Gold for me.
Swap Magic Missile. They'll look for the DK. Poison Nova is expended. Split Earth lands. They've got the Spirit Vessel on Ameame, and a lot of damage raining in with the Pulse Nova active. And what do you see? Helping out Mugi to get that kill with these 4 heroes over mid. And now he picks up the Rod of Atos, or it's coming in on the Courier. From there, I mean, the catch is much better, and we'll see what they're able to do. They still have Primal Split, so they haven't used it just yet. But at the same time, BKB is practically finished for Ame.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Let's see if LGD kind of catch wind of
Radiant's
this.
bottom tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They had to go straight to the pit. They'll miss it by a split second. He just picked up by the Medusa. Oh, maybe Swap has the Spirit Vessel on top. The Venomous Gale hits. Stone Gaze used by SCCC. And they take out one. They look for more. They'll send the Brewings forward as X-Nova pops the Inkswell on himself. But there's the Rod of Atos. The Inkswell will pop and land on nothing. 2 kills coming out for LGD. Or for Newbee.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Phantom Assassin has 10,000 net worth, but right behind him is the Medusa about to pick up a Dragonlance. The farm from SCCC, you know, not participating in as many kills as Ame, but still farming just as quickly.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
LGD. They've smoked up. They're heading towards bottom. And they
Dire's bottom tower is under
I
attack.
walk into Mugi. Yeah, this invis working in his favor. Stifling Dagger hits Mugi really hard. The Rod of Atos comes in. The BKB will be popped. Stone Gaze coming through. And now the chase is on for Ame. Poison Nova goes out and Mugi will die. But they've got the stun on Ame. The BKB is worn out. He has to be careful as the BKB now popped by Chalice. Wacy dies. That's 2 heroes dead. And they've surrounded SCCC as well as San Shang as the RP hits on the 2. And now to follow it up, they've got maybe behind them. The Primal Split will be used by Alwyn. As OGD back off to the left for a moment. SCCC into the trees. But Ame shows up again and he doesn't have any mana left over. There is the Centaur Stomp coming in from Chalice. Back to form is Alwyn. SCCC getting low. The whole side of OGD is here. But he'll come back to life in just a moment. They want to finish off this Brewmaster before he's there. And there it is. He's back to life. SCCC now needs to run. Dragon Tail hits. They've got the Inferno Blade taking out SCCC a second time. That's full team wipe over the duration. And LGD come out on top.
Bounty which my matriarch will prize.
Yeah.
Double damage.
I've been able to overwhelm Newbee. It looked like it was going so well in the, I would say the first 10 minutes. Definitely favored Newbee. But with that BKB now on Phantom Assassin, has the Yasha, another double damage. I don't think that... There's a lot of double damages on the board. And it's been picked up by the Medusa a couple times, and actually Ame's gotten one or two. And with that double damage, finds Wasey, avoids the split earth, but doesn't actually get the kill. This is another smoke from LGD. They're sensing how unprepared Newbee are for the team fight of LGD, or for themselves. And we're looking to fight. They went through the jungle, didn't find anybody, as everybody from Newbee is over in the top lane having a party. They lose their bottom tier 2, and with that, LGD, they want to force Newbee back. They've got the RP ready, so... They don't actually commit. Man, this steel is disgusting. How much time is the Medusa able to have, though? Is it going to become a problem at some point?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And at what point is that?
Radiant structures are fortified.
BKBs are still pretty high in terms of duration. 9 seconds here for the Phantom Assassin. Going into the Desolator. And not too far off of it. Yeah, Owen has to have perfect positioning. They are setting up towards top. Looks like they want to smoke. They don't actually have one. They could just be grouping up for the potential push from LGD.
Radiant's top tower
LGD, they're coming in towards this tier 1 tower. Ame leading the charge. Elder Dragon form gets popped, maybe. Waiting off for a second, trying to grab this tier 1 tower. And the blink forward, looking for a Dragon Tail opportunity. Nice dodge on the Dragon Tail. Now they've got the Radovichos coming on the side, looking for Mugi. The Split Earth hits the Phantom Assassin. They've also got the Primal Split, cycloning this Phantom Assassin. The BKB's been popped by Maybe. They have the stun for a moment on FY. And the Soulbind hits on the SCCC, but what else do you have? They lose X-Nova. They'll take out Sansheng. And now that the Stone Gaze is over, the Doom comes out, and the Medusa's in trouble. BKB pop, there's the RP, easily done by FY. SCCC goes down, there goes All-In. Poison Nova will be popped by Mugi. And they've got the Split Earth, possibly a kill on the DK, but not enough damage. And Mugi will also fall. They get the deny on the DK. All the damage, FY. Ooh. Skirting out of there.
Almighty money.
Bounty. Bounty.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They almost killed the DK in that fight, but yeah, and it still just almost killed a DK. Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades and nuclear war. And Mugi really easily killed by the Phantom Assassin. They've isolated Ame. Will be forced to pop the BKB. The damage comes out. There's Blur used, and it's still alive, but we'll lose FY. Might be X-Nova on top of it. So, Cyclone up. Thrown down, Split Earth. Wave of Terror hits. Wacy gets the kill. That's exactly where they're heading. Inside the pit, popping Roche's spell block, and here we go. Do Newbee have a way into this? He's 12-0-7. Oh my. Actually has not died this game.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower.
That top tower easily. Bottom, Wacy trying to push. Satanic finished off here for Ame.
Radiant are scanning.
Just don't know what Newbee need. And it's just all come down to how big is the back of SCCC. Is it enough to carry 4 heroes to a victory?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
LGD continuing to get these objectives. They got the top tier 2. They get the mid tier 2. All the outer tower is gone.
Bounty, which my matriarch will prize.
This should make my life easier. Haste.
Really an entry point for Newbee with the Aegis up. And want Medusa to continue to farm going into the MKB. Mugi, he's going Guardian Greaves, try and sustain a little bit for this team. Other than that, any big items that can come out after or with this MKB? Yeah, Alwyn's been spotted and will force the split out. And they're trying to find Alwyn. And this is a problem because, well, that's going to happen where Ameame just stays right by the Earth Panda. And when you come back to being a singular form, he's just going to kill you off.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is
I'll assume it was. Dragon Tail on OAC. He's in trouble. We'll TP attempt and get away from maybe, but again, pushing him back and pushing back these Radiant heroes. One by one, they all continue to struggle, and the swap is used, but that just puts Sansheng into the hands of Ame. And he's just going to continue forward. There's the Stone Gaze. BKB is popped by Chalice. And they still have the BKB for Phantom Assassin to turn around after the Stone Gaze is over. But they've got the solo RP, and they'll pull him away from the team. They'll isolate him. BKB finally popped by Ame, and the backlines they've got maybe going in with the soul bind onto 2 heroes. As Triple C dies, there goes Mugi and Alwyn. Sansheng next to fall. Wei-Si make it a full team wipe for LGD to put the exclamation point on game 1 and take it